I caught my wife rehearsing a speech for my funeral. Got home early and heard my wife talking to someone at the study. She sounded upset. I thought she might be talking to her mom and didn't announce myself to give her privacy. But I think I heard her say my name, so I lingered for a second. And then I heard her say my late husband. She was giving a monologue, saying things about me like a eulogy or like she was talking about me after I died to someone who didn't know me. I couldn't stay in the city after my husband passed. Everything reminded me of him. I had to sell the house even though I loved it so much. We had just bought it. We just bought a house she loves. Things like that. Details about me and our life. It was weird. I walked in and hey, what's going on, thinking she might be on the phone, but she wasn't. She got startled and said she was reading a book out loud. I think her eyes were watering, but I could be imagining things. I don't think she had a book on her. I'm not a big reader myself. Is this something people do? Read books out loud and get emotional. I asked what book it was. She said it's personal and changed topics, telling me family stuff. Is this normal? Have you ever thought about your loved ones passing away and what you would say? TL Doctor overheard my wife talking about me as if I was dead. She said she was reading a book out loud. Edit. Guys, thanks for all the comments. But I want to clear something out. This woman is a 5'3" vegetarian who once cut herself in the kitchen and nearly fainted at the sight of her own blood. Thank you for your concern, but she cannot stomach murder, I tell you. She closes her eyes on action movies when Tom Cruise needs to jump off a building. I understand you are all saying better safe than sorry, but if I accept that being murdered by my wife is a possibility, trust is gone, and I might as well file for divorce. And it seems a bit too much for the info I have so far. If I tell a friend or family member, they will never look at her the same even after I find out what the actual F***ck happened. If I tell a lawyer or the police and tomorrow I get killed in an unrelated accident, I will be burdening this innocent woman I love for the rest of her life. Having said that, I still think it was a very creepy thing, habit, behavior, whatever. I was just creeped out and said nothing, but now I am more curious than I am creeped, and I will be asking her what is going on. I will update all you kind strangers, and I thank the ones who gave me non-violent possibilities as well. Made me think that maybe she's just embarrassed over something silly, and I should just ask her. Edit too. It got weirder. I looked through her browser history, not snooping, but details won't matter, and she is shopping for wedding dresses. She was also shopping for something I wanted for ages, so I guess that is cute. That she wants to get me something nice before whatever it is that's going on. Meeting a buddy for lunch. He knows her, so I will run this by him. Update. Met a buddy for lunch and told him the whole tale. He'd have found it morbid AF, but didn't see her committing first-degree murder. Asked me if I thought she could be having an affair. He has a history with weird stuff turning out to be cheater, so suggested I get a PI in case of cheating and call my lawyer in case of murder. I said I'll consider it. But I know my wife, she is usually pretty shy. I'm still really thinking this might be something silly that got her embarrassed. Was it any other topic, I'd have asked right away. The funeral thing just got me creeped out, and I probably would leave it alone if not for my growing curiosity. Buddy makes a point that there is no harm in calling my lawyer just to check on the procedure to change beneficiaries on life insurance and such, so I'm prepared in the event things go even more weird. I agree, no harm in that. Call the lawyer, tell him I'm discussing finances with the wife, and we are thinking about changing both our beneficiaries, trying not to make it look like I suspect her. You know, he says he's stepping into a restaurant with a client and he call me back. I move on with my work, have a long day, so honestly, I forget about it. When I get home late at night, my wife is upset. And that is an understatement. I'm quickly educated on two things that happened on her day. One, lawyer called. He wasn't able to get a hold of me anywhere else. Was wondering what were the questions we had about changing the beneficiaries on life insurances. The wife had no idea what he was talking about. He seemed uncomfortable upon hanging up. Turns out my buddy talked to his wife in confidence and told her everything. His wife told a couple of close friends in confidence as well. And on it went until the gossip reached a friend of my wife who actually knew what was happening. She called my wife and told her she should talk to me ASAP. She is mortified. Upset, hurt, confused, embarrassed. The whole deal. A little mad as well. Maybe more than a little. She tells me she joined a community theatre, drama club, something, and will be playing a widow. The monologue is an acting exercise to tap into emotions. Which BTW is something many of you told me was a possibility, so thank you, you were right. Her friend, the one who knew what was going on, was the one who convinced her it would be a good idea to help her out with her shy personality. She lied about it being a bug because she too thinks it is a creepy thing to do, and didn't feel like sharing at the time since the whole drama club is something she was doing for herself. But she thought I only heard her speaking, as in her voice, not what she was saying. Had she known what I heard, she would have explained it. I ask her why didn't she tell me about the drama club. She looks at me like I have no business asking her another question for as long as we both shall live, not even about the weather. But she says it is her thing, and she even made her friend promise not to mention it because she didn't want all of us at one of the plays. We are a tight bunch until she was more comfortable on stage. I say she could have just told me, to which she replies with something like, "Are you telling me that you can keep something private that happened in our household to yourself without bringing all our friends into it after the latest events?" I don't have an answer for her. But I'm still missing a piece of the puzzle. So I ask, what about the wedding dress? This is when I realize this part of the story didn't reach her yet. She asks me what, and I have the pleasure of telling my wife I went through her personal computer. Now she is homicidal. Grabs me by my shirt, drags me up to our closet, and shows me the wedding dress in the making for the play. It is amateur theatre, so they have more than one job, and she is also helping with the costumes, wardrobe, whatever it is called. She was looking online for cheap dresses or for styling ideas to make her own. She is quite skilled in making clothes and such, and the search history did say old or vintage wedding dress. She also shows me nun's clothes and a pirate in her closet and asks me if that means she is attacking the British. Why now, I am just wondering, what the fuck is this play about? A bride, a pirate and a nun? Who the fuck is writing this shit? But I'm guessing I shouldn't be talking anymore. She's pissed that I would think she is capable of murder enough to call our lawyer, that I told all our friends about her embarrassing monologue and went through her personal computer. Not to mention ruining the drama club she was enjoying. I just nod, apologize profusely, try to explain that things didn't happen quite like that, and show myself to the guest bedroom because we both know where this is going. She then tells me I can't even sleep there. Since my brother and his wife will be staying with us for a few days, she already changed the sheets and had everything cleaned and ready, and says you will just make a mess. So last night I had the privilege of sleeping on the couch. TL Dr. Wife was practicing my eulogy. Turns out it was a play. I got to sleep on the couch and am currently hoping she won't file for divorce. Edit, just to be safe. I realize I took some liberties with my writing. Just to make it clear, I think she was more upset with the version of the story that reached her than the actual facts. It will take her a moment to process the stuff what actually happened, I told her. Also, she didn't use any literal physical violence against me. That was just bad writing on my part. You all be good, you wonderful people. Edit 2. People calling it bullshit made me smile. People saying the fact I didn't answer to those calls proves that it is bullshit made me smile some more. I mean no disrespect, but I have a job, guys. Look, I had a weird problem, and I want to say thank you to everyone who took a few moments of their days to help a stranger. I was creeped out, and you all truly helped, so thank you. To the ones asking for more details. I mean, I could say my wife is a Pilates instructor who is most of her day to herself, that our study is a mess of fabric and have made clothes so she could be working on costumes for the whole Cirque du Soleil, and I would still be oblivious. I could answer every single question you all have until my fingers went raw, but let's face it, it would be pointless. And I would have to share more personal details than I am comfortable with. I even mentioned on comments I kept some details and people out of the story for this very reason. So thank you to the ones who believe me enough to help. I read all the comments, though I couldn't answer them all. This update was for you since I received more help than I thought I would when I first posted. You guys were amazing. Thank you to the ones who called it bullshit as well. You guys keep this sub in check. It's part of the ride. And if you are neutral, but my story amused you, thank you for stopping by, and you're welcome. To the ones suggesting I should post on Tifu, I might later if I get some time. I haven't read all the comments yet, not even close, but I will do my best to. TL Octor overheard my wife talking about me as if I was dead. She said she was reading a book out loud. There were 2 edits to this OP one. To clarify, I don't believe this woman is capable of murder. 1-2. I looked through her browser history, not snooping, but details won't matter, and she's shopping for wedding dresses. Thanks, Reddit.